So the idea of will I ever find someone? Will I forever be alone? Will there ever be someone out there for me? Is an interesting idea and concept when you really look at it deeply and really start questioning why you feel that way, why you think in that way. And it typically comes up to the idea that you're unlovable, you're ugly, you don't look good, etc., etc., etc. You know how it be. You understand. I don't believe that's true. I mean, it is possible that the one that's right for us is an animal, and I'm not speaking to bestiality. That's just horrific. Sometimes the person that was good for you is long gone because you just messed it up or you missed the opportunity altogether. What I'm about to read to you now is something that I put together regarding that question: will I be forever alone? And ADHD, I forget stuff really too quickly, so I'm gonna read off this sheet of paper right here. So, let's go. Will I be forever alone? That is a question that's difficult to answer. It's like an echoing voice that's always there behind every choice, every decision. It constantly has you guessing again and again, always wanting, looking, searching, wishing for the right choice. As the voices begin to get louder and louder, more direct, more aggressive, more convincing, you run into that person, that individual, that situation that makes you say no. This cannot be true. This cannot be the way it has to be. For these people, they want me. They want love. They choose me. And so you begin giving into them, focusing on them. And then it happens. You're betrayed again. But you don't give up. You continue fighting the voices, looking for the one that chooses you. The one that you call my hero. But again, alas, you are betrayed. And then you begin thinking and saying, preaching, at what point will all this end? At what point will I find my hero? The hero you're looking for is not one you can find, but one that is created within you. One that brings to question why. Why is it that every time I take a chance, I choose to trust another, choose to believe that I am what they desire? It always turns out it's never the case. Again and again, I question everything. But have you ever considered that the problem lies deep within yourself? The part of you that is dissatisfied with the you that you have become. The you that you left behind, the life you currently live. Have you ever stopped to question whether or not maybe it's time to change? To switch your focus on to something else? Betrayals. When the curtains fall, the walls crash, and reality is staring you in the face. It is the illusion that you believed to be true for so long to hide all the pain, the scars, all those times that remind you when you were little, when you were young, when you were beside you. That sweet love that you had, that very first love, that very first betrayal. I can remember the time when I felt when I felt my very first betrayal. It hurt. My love, the one I loved for almost 10 years, all alone. We were never good for each other, but yes, I stayed, thinking everything would be fine. It'll work out. She'll change, I'll change, but at the end of the day, no one really wanted to change. At the end of the day, we just used each other for what we could. She found another, and I was left there all alone, with all the regret, the baggage, all the questions, the uncertainties. I was the one left holding the curtain till the very end. That breakup had me crushed. It had me wishing to just end it all. But then there was a cat, of all things. And through her, I was forced to look at myself. To be honest, to actually figure out and decide why everything ended up the way it did. She forced me to find the answers to all my questions. She had me face the truth, the reality for what it actually was, and not the delusion that I clung on to for so long. The illusion that if I was good enough, I would be loved, that I would get the attention, that I would be chosen, that someone would choose me, they would be my hero and solve my problems. Finding a way out doesn't always involve another person. Sometimes it just comes with those little moments when you just let go of trying to force everything. Figuring out what to do next is always a difficult situation to be in. But I think a simple way to look at it, to go about it, is just to ask yourself, why? After all this time, I think it's time that we answer the question, will you be alone forever? I don't think so. Is the question really worth answering? Finding someone who wants to be with you, who wants to choose you, be your number one, that is not within your control. You cannot force anyone to be anyway. The only thing you can really do is focus on yourself. Get your life to one that you yourself can be proud of. One that doesn't require the opinions or determinations of others. One where the problems you yourself see, the situation that you dislike, you have fixed, you've solved, you've made better. I think the real question to answer is, why does it even matter? Being alone is a terrifying thing when it's done not by choice, but by force. It's possible that fixing your own life, getting it to a stage where you yourself can be proud, accomplished even, maybe then what you seek will arrive. Maybe even show up in a way that you wouldn't even recognize. That's what I've come to believe is the answer. Face your fears, fix your life. You never know what you'll find. I know it hurts, but surviving the pain will make you stronger. It'll help you see the clear in the long run. It'll help you identify what needs to be fixed, what needs to be corrected, what needs to be added or subtracted. It's time to take note. Let's see what we need to fix next. Fear we need to conquer. A decision must be made. The idea of will I forever be alone is definitely a tricky one. It takes a lot of time and a lot of determination, a lot of questioning, a lot of desire within yourself, for yourself, to be comfortable with who you see in the mirror, to be comfortable with the life that you have, to learn to accept that not everyone will like you or be for you. Sometimes you just gotta let go of the idea that you can't be complete without another. You're complete as you are today. You've survived so much. You've been through a lot. You have what it takes to become the greatest version of you. You just have to decide what you want it to be, what you want it to look like. Whether or not you find someone shouldn't be your priority. Your main priority should just be creating a life that you yourself can be proud of. One that when you look at the little ones, you can tell them, this is the story of the greatest person on earth. Look, we've talked long enough. I hope this 8 minutes.